Hello there, gang, and welcome to another episode of Displaying-Model-Behaviour, the Earth's mightiest video podcast. So take off your pants, crack a beer, and let's talk about the nerdy news that you need to know about. It's the only news that matters. It's good news, and I have got a little bit of an extra pep in my step today because I'm very proud to announce that Model Behaviour is going to be live at Birmingham Comic Con at the end of November this year. I had it on my bucket list, on my little vision board for the longest time, appear at a Comic Con. And now I got it. I got the invite from NCM Birmingham. I thought it was a rejection because I actually signed up to do London Comic Con. And I got the email saying, hey, thank you for your application. Unfortunately, at this time, and my brain went, well, there you go. That's it. It said, we are no longer taking applications for London. But how would you like to do Birmingham? It's like the first Comic Con I ever went to, Birmingham Comic Con? Yes, I would like to do that. So at the end of November, I'm going to have to find out what the exact date is. We haven't got all the final details pointed and penned in yet. But there's going to be a Model Behaviour meetup at Birmingham Comic Con at the end of November this year, followed by a live episode of Displaying Model Behaviour at Birmingham Comic Con. Not entirely sure what that's going to look like, but it's going to be a whopper. So if you're in the UK and you want to come be a part of this, then I'll keep you posted with the info here. So there you go. I'm very excited. And speaking of being excited, Brutal Realm and the mad geniuses behind this line, they got to be pretty excited as well, because this Kickstarter has been running for a while and it was doing very, very healthily. I'm not surprised. They were putting out some incredible looking prototypes and photography of the figures that they wanted to make. People were backing it. It was doing well, but we weren't quite meeting all the tiers. And that kind of got me a little bit antsy, because some of those higher tiers looked amazing, especially the tribute figures. And now with only a couple of days left, Big Bad Toy Store were like, oh wait, we've got a whole bunch of pre-orders for you guys. How about taking these to your total? And now, boom, they've smashed it. They've smashed the numbers, and we are getting some incredibly awesome looking figures that should be hitting around about June next year, which feels like a real quick turnaround time, considering that a lot of these seem to exist in prototype, artistic sketch type format. But you know what? If they can do this turnaround, if they can make it happen at Brutal Realm, what an introduction onto the action figure stage. This, I say introduction. I know that, like, obviously everyone working there has got their previous form, but for this toy line, what an introduction. The dark Skeletor Vader mashup Black Knight. Oh gosh, that looks incredible. The not Lion Warrior character just reminds me of the Mythic Legions, Masters of the Universe tribute figures. Just taking something that's familiar and then putting your own unique special sauce spin on it. There's a lot of S's in that sentence, but that's because I'm very excited for this line. As you can see from some of the prices, they're going to range from, I think it's $35 for the army builder type figures, up to $50 for the more zhuzhed up looking characters. And honestly, I want to put some money down on some of these, because looking through the lists of them on Big Bad Toy Store, yeah, there are some awesome looking designs here. Very excited for this. And now we're going to take a quick pause for the cause to shout out this episode's sponsor, Legendsverse. If you collect Marvel Legends, G.I. Joes, Mafex, McFarlane, Select, Four Horsemen, Mythic Legions, NECA, whatever the brand, there's a good chance that Legendsverse is going to be an extremely useful website for you. Not only can you use Legendsverse to correlate and keep track of all of your collection, you can make different groups and sublines so you can keep track of which figures from a certain storyline or an era you want to get. You can make wish lists, you can go back in time and see what came before, and as soon as new things are announced, chances are they're going to be up there with a full gallery for you to add to your list of what's coming in, what you've pre-ordered, and what you need to correlate and collaboratize amongst your shelves. It really is a one-stop shop for all your action figure needs, and I'm very proud to have them sponsoring this show. So Legendsverse, keep up the great work, and guys, if you've not seen them yet, go see what they're doing. You'll be glad you did. Marvel Unlimited, the digital Marvel reading app where you pay $8 a month or however much it is that I pay, and you can read pretty much Marvel's entire back catalogue. Every year, they have a new subscriber membership package. So you pay your annual fee and you get a whole bunch of goodies. As long as you're in North America. Because if you're not, then you don't get diddly. Which is really frustrating, because I would love to get some of the Marvel Legends that they do, and this year they're doing this Spider-Man Moon Knight mashup. So he's actually referred to as Night Spider, Marvel Legends Retro Night Spider. Love the fact they're doing him in the retro packaging as well. It looks like an official Marvel Legends release, which I guess it technically is, but it's only for people who get their annual subscription. You get a few other things as well. There's a Wolverine Mean homage lithograph, Wolverine Revenge issue #1, a Helverine Scotty Young pin. So it's a nice little package you get, but all us international folks are left out in the cold. This is a perfect kind of figure to do for the Marvel Legends subscription, though, because it's one of those things that's nice to have, but you're not really punishing collectors for not getting Marvel Unlimited, because, I mean, come on, it's Night Spider. It's kind of a throwaway multiverse Spider-Man character, but it's a fun one to have if you can get him. So this, yeah, I'm disappointed that I can't get my hands on him, but I'm not mad about it either. It's just a fun little curiosity. McFarlane have revealed a couple of preview images of their upcoming Spawn Call of Duty mashup figures, which isn't too much of a crazy mashup because it's just Spawn with military machine guns, which is something the character actually uses a lot anyway. So as far as, things that integrate together well, this is kind of a natural fit. So it says here, Spawn and Tactical Spawn 7-inch scale figures based on their appearance in Call of Duty will launch for pre-order August 29th. So tomorrow. So look forward to me banging on about these more tomorrow when I got a whole bunch of pretty pictures to accompany them. 3-0 MDLX Transformers, always finding another reason to separate me from my money. In this case, we get the evil shattered glass version of Rodimus Prime. In this universe, Rodimus Unicronus, who wants to usurp the evil Optimus Prime and take control of the Autobots for himself. I love the evil doppelgangers, so of course, this is one that I'm really going to want to get my hands on. I've got Shattered Glass Optimus Prime, so these two together, yeah, it's going to be a match made in heaven. This looks great as well. Love the black and purple color scheme. I love his ridiculous robot goatee because, of course, evil robots have evil robot goatees. That's how you can tell they're evil. This looks wonderful. It actually says, available worldwide, brackets, excluding Japan. Thanks, MDLX. I'll find it elsewhere. But yeah, this is up for pre-order tomorrow, I do believe, but the hype for me starts now. I think I'm going to go onto one of the UK websites and see if I can order it there, because this guy, he's definitely making the team. Hiya Toys have shown off a couple of images of their upcoming exquisite Cobra Commander. So these are the 1/18th scale G.I. Joe figures if you want that classifieds display, but you don't quite have the shelf space. All of these are kind of gorgeous. I think a lot of people were hoping that Hiya might be able to do the hooded version of Cobra Commander, but I guess that's some imagery which understandably no toy company particularly wants to hearken towards. And I get that. It's a shame to not have that hooded look, but also I totally understand it. And it's luckily that the other mask for Cobra Commander is always going to look badass regardless. This version almost looks a little bit like the G.I. Joe movie version they had in the second movie, which was flawed and, well, it was just flawed, to be honest. But this figure, this looks exquisite. Keep Going Studios, who have carved out a bit of a niche for themselves doing Chinese mythology. I think it's Chinese mythology and ghost story type characters. Just showed off this fun little preview video for their upcoming Next Ghost figure. I don't know if that's actually the name of the character, the Next Ghost, or if it is the next Ghost figure. You know what I'm saying? Regardless, it's 1/12 scale, so the Lord scale, the best scale, and from what we can see here, it looks like it's going to be another very pretty figure. So for all of you people big into your Chinese mythology and folklore, these ones should be a no-brainer. At a local toy fair or an international toy fair, I don't know why I said local, it's local to someone, I suppose. Probably someone in Hong Kong, I would imagine. Revoltech have been showing off more of their upcoming Attack on Titans figures. These look kind of gnarly. I do dig them. It's very rare that you can have a toy company that has quite unusual types of articulation and then put that on a pretty much naked body and it kind of looks good. Sometimes, when a body is completely bare. That's when the sins of the articulation are going to come out. But here, with this sort of jagged, muscular kind of design, it actually really works. It fits the very angular art style of Attack on Titan. So if you hardcore anime fans, yeah, there's going to be some fun releases coming up towards the end of the year. I assume the end of the year. Don't have any official release dates yet. Loose Collector have shown off a couple of images of their first Burning Hammer figure. This is Master Wei Li doing his brand of Kung Fu, I imagine. Let me get this up. Wing Chun, which is a brand of Kung Fu. This first figure looks kind of wacky, kind of quirky, but some nice articulation going on there, and it looks like this is going to be a real labor of love project. We're being told in the write-ups for these figures that they're going to go for maximum articulation while keeping the price as low as possible. These two things are often mutually exclusive, so it's going to be interesting to see how this all pans out. But so far, I gotta say, Loose Collector, it looks like we're off to a good start. Now, this is one for the hardcore military buffs. All you Guns and Ammo readers will probably get a kick out of this very accurate looking, I don't know, special ops type character, 1/6 scale, so Hot Toys scale. This is from a company called Easy and Simple. At least that's what I'm gleaning from this information in front of me. And it's actually listed as the 2606 7R CO5P Special Rapid Response Unit, or SOBR for those in the know. And this is it. Don't have any more information, but if you want to keep an eye on Easy and Simple, hopefully they'll reveal some more, because just looking at all the details here, it looks pretty painstaking. So for you people who know your weapons and your ammo and your tactical gear, this is probably going to be quite the smorgasbord of little details you can appreciate. In movie news, the trailer for Sonic 3 has landed, and it just looks like so much more great fun. I'm a completely huge, unapologetic Sonic movie fan. I think that those first two just didn't need to be as good as they were, but they really surprised me. The whole crazy story with Ugly Sonic being changed and the movie being delayed, it goes to show what can happen when a bit of extra time is taken and fan feedback is listened to. So now we're getting the third and final part of this trilogy. Jim Carrey is back as Dr. Robotnik. I love Jim Carrey's performance all through this. The way that he's evolved this character, I thought was so wonderful. They could have just had him start out as crazy Dr. Robotnik, but the way he begins the first movie as Jim Carrey and then just becomes this crazy cartoon character, love it. Then Keanu Reeves as Shadow the Hedgehog, that's so badass. Gonna have him facing off with Idris Elba's Knuckles, and also just the special effects, the graphics, the characters, they look phenomenal. I can't believe we're actually at this stage now where we're getting the sort of dark Sonic type stories that go real deep into the lore. We're getting those on the big screen. That's crazy. Bring on Sonic 3. I'm really looking forward to it. In Marvel news, James Spader is returning to voice Ultron, which also means that Ultron is returning. And it's going to be happening in the upcoming Disney Plus Vision show, which a lot of people have been calling Vision Quest, but it hasn't actually been officially titled that, although it would certainly make a lot of sense. And I'm really looking forward to this. Let's face it, Disney Plus, it's been a mixed bag, but WandaVision I thought was genuinely great. And in a couple of weeks, we're going to have Agatha's Coven of Chaos? Is that what it's called? Or Agatha All Along? That's what it's called, isn't it? That feels like the second part of what will be a trilogy of TV shows that make up this WandaVision story. So hopefully Agatha All Along will deliver, and then for Vision, we'll follow the adventures of White Vision as I guess he tries to learn about his humanity, and along the way, we're going to get James Spader's Ultron, and Ultron is one of the most underrated MCU characters I think there is. James Spader's portrayal, fantastic. So to get to see this character back on screen in any form is really wonderful. I mean, I know we had him in the What If show, but even though he did have a similar kind of James Spader swagger, it wasn't James Spader. So to have him back in the role, that's really great news. No official release date for it, but probably about a year from now is when we might be ready to expect it. And honestly, I'll be waiting with bated breath. Hopefully, Agatha All Along will kind of keep the trajectory going towards the good end of things. Fingers crossed. Over in the Venom comic books, we are going to be getting a new symbiote host with a new look and new powers as well. Honestly, it's kind of fun to see redesigns, but a huge big part of my heart just wishes we could go back to good old street level Eddie Brock. That's the Venom I grew up with, and honestly, that's the one I'm always going to want to read. But now, at the moment, he is mystical, god, time-traveling, omnipotent being Venom, which is a break from what I'm used to. But I do kind of like this new logo with the gold stylings on here. And apparently there's a short list of characters, including some real unusual suspects like Robbie Robertson and a few others who might be, I think Rick Jones is another name that's been touted. We don't know who the new Venom's going to be, but I'm going to be interested to find out, because no matter how much they change the character, it's always going to be a staple of my 90s childhood, so I'll always be slightly invested. Rob Liefeld is officially quitting Marvel Comics, and with it, the character of Deadpool. This is news that broke a couple of days ago. I thought it was an interesting story because it's the end of an era. Yes, I know quitting anything is like, pro wrestling retirements. You can always go back on it. But as it stands right now, Rob Liefeld has said he's good. He's done. He's told his story with Deadpool. And now he's happy to let Marvel do whatever they want with the character, as is their right. They own the character. But he's always kind of shepherded the Deadpool character, I feel. He's never been that far removed, and I kind of like that. So now it's all coming to an end for Rob Liefeld. The current Deadpool team-up story that is ongoing at the moment will be coming to an end soon, and when it does, that's the line in the sand. Rob Liefeld saying, I'm done with the character, I'm leaving Marvel, happy trails, I'll catch your ass down the road. And whether you liked his art style or not, you've got to admit, he has left one heck of a legacy at Marvel Comics, and it's going to be interesting to see what he chooses to do with his semi-retirement, I guess. Diamond Select have revealed a beautiful looking Silver Surfer statue, $80, so not a crazy price for a statue either, and it's 10 inches tall, so he's pretty big. At first I thought, if he was the right size, you could actually fudge this into a Marvel Legends display. I kind of like that sometimes when people mix up statues with action figures, as long as the scaling works. But no, if it's 10 inches tall, that's probably going to be a little bit too large, but he's so bright and shiny, and gosh, he looks pretty. I really dig this, and I'm not a big statue guy, but this big silver hood ornament, I kind of like this. For the chef who has everything, why not get some Gigan apron and mittens? This is just a ridiculous thing that came across the Facebook group, and I really dig it. I'm here for ridiculous novelty items, and Gigan with the claws just lends itself to oven mitts, and then the apron completes the look. This is ridiculous. No one needs it. But I think a lot of people are going to get it. And you know what? I bet they'll be glad they did. Today's cosplay cover artist is Natalia Cat. Go give her a follow. She's doing awesome work. And folks, that does it for Good News for today. Thank you so much for watching. What did you think about the items covered? Comment below. Let me know. And if you like what you see here and you want to see more, then you know what you gotta do. You gotta join the 6-1 Clicks by clicking the like, share, and subscribe buttons. And if you want to go one step beyond in supporting the channel, then you can do by getting yourself a YouTube channel membership. By doing that, you can take part in all the extra live streams I do, almost a new one every single day. And also, you can enjoy some of the exclusive content and videos I make as a way of saying thank you for helping me keep this channel going. So guys, thank you so much for your support, and until next time, keep displaying model behavior.
Coffee. Big time.